Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We are a YouTube channel dedicated to smartwatches and reachable at smartwatchticks.com. Inside this box is a brand new sports fitness watch from Microwear. They are calling it the L2, and it's an attractive watch with a metal band and a metal body and a lot of neat features. Let's see if we can open it up for you. Show you the back side as well, solid and covered. We've got a heart rate sensor and a charging port there. Looks like a speaker right here. Couple of buttons on the side, smooth on that side. A bezel that looks like it should rotate, but it doesn't. And a cover. I'm going to take the cover off, set this aside, and see what else we've got. Inside the box is a little box that has the charging port. And it's our standard 4-pin magnetic coupling charger, which we've seen for most watches these days. Not that way, but this way. And moderate. It's not going to hold the watch. It's not that strong, but it's a heavy watch too. But it locks in there pretty good. So USB charging should be just fine with this. I don't have a manual in this one because this is a prototype coming to us directly from Microwear, which you can order from their Microwear AliExpress official store. The Microwear L2, okay? And this is the silver one, and I just wanted to show you how nice it is in blue with a metal blue band as well. You have all sorts of different color combinations and different bands to choose from. So check it out, the Microwear official store at AliExpress. I'll have the link for you down below in the show notes. Inside this is a 1.3-inch 240 by 240 screen with Bluetooth 3 and 4.0. And it has calling, SMS, Facebook, Twitter, notifications, all of that, with the phone book, call log, and messaging, so you'll be able to do tethered phone calling. It has a music player, and of course, the fitness stuff, and the health stuff, and sleep monitoring, and all these different languages. You have alarm clock, calendar, stopwatch. Yeah, okay, let's take a look. One thing I thought was amazing, and it actually got me to want to go out and do some exercise. See which button turns it on. Bottom one. Because I had this on. I haven't done anything just to turn it on and make sure it was working. Is this watch face? I've never seen a watch face like this one. Look at this. Here's our steps, and it's got like an accelerometer thing or a speedometer thing on your steps across the top, and your calories burned down at the bottom. Really, really cool. The time and date and charge, and it's almost so bright. You see that if I go straight in, the camera washes out the color. That's really dark blue, and that's light blue. And only if I get it at the right angle to soften it a little bit can you actually see that. This is a very bright screen, and typical of these kind of watches, you press and hold, and you can see other watch faces that you could use. There's another one with all of your information laid out in a different pattern. This one. We've got some very sophisticated watch faces. Now, it's possible you may be able to add additional watch faces to this one. I'm not sure, haven't tried that, but it looks like you could because of the way it's all laid out. Not using the clock skin folder, for those of you who know what that's all about, but using the other techniques for these type of watches. Yeah, I'm being vague. I'll put some links in the show notes about watch face, custom watch face additions to this watch. So that's what you get there. If I slide over, I get into my app drawer, which is more circular. And you know what? I'm going to try to tone the brightness down. I'll be right back. Wow, it was just on 2, brightness level 2 there. Now it's down to 1, and it's manageable for showing on the camera. I got it. This should be nice and bright outdoors. You can come back to the screen. You can scroll 3 different directions and get to the app drawer. If I go down, I get to this page with a date, whether you're tethered with Bluetooth or not, the Bluetooth activity, and silent or not. And any other direction a swipe, up, left, or right, is going to take you to this app drawer. There's 3 dots at the top which means there's three more, 3 pages total. You could tap on those little things to get there, or you can slide across. These are all the different apps that are installed, and it's a way of displaying it in a circle. If I go over here to this one and go over here to this one, there's settings, and I'm going to come in here and go into my display. Okay, and there's a screen timeout. Good, I wanted to check that. We set it to 60 seconds. Display brightness. Look at this. I'm good. Watch that there. You see the word? You see the word OK against? It's actually kind of a gold background, but it's almost yellow there. Watch it disappear as I brighten the screen up. It's full bright now, man, and it's like it's totally washed out. You can't see the dynamic range of this on the camera, unfortunately, but you can see the end result as it just overpowers totally. So good brightness on here. All right, since we are in settings already, let's run through it from the beginning. I got Bluetooth settings. This is where you turn power and visibility on so you can tether it. You got your clock. You have the different display types. You can do time sync on, and you could also set everything manual if you want to. You have 12 and 24-hour time format as well. Haven't tethered it yet, so the time is all off. New notifications, bright on or off. That lets you get notifications on the watch, and it'll brighten the screen, I guess, for that. Your overall sound. You can have do ring only, vibrate and ring, or vibrate then ring, or mute for receiving calls and doing all those kind of things. And these are your different tones. Pretty good volume. These are high and tinny. We've heard these before. Okay. That one's hearable, so I'm going to leave that one on. And then your notification tones are... loud. This is a loud, bright watch. I'll just leave that one. You can test the rest of them later. And that's your sound settings. Volume is, of course, where you can set it. They're all up to 6, so it's full volume right now. And display we went into. Units lets you do metric or imperial, which I'm going to choose imperial. And then you can reset or get information about the watch. It's the L2, and there's some device information. And that's everything in settings. So you have all these other goodies. This looks like a calendar, basically. Calculator. Okay. A stopwatch that we started. We probably can do laps. We can stop it. We can reset it. Start it up again. Reset it. Okay. Stopwatch. This is the QR code you're going to want to scan to download. Oh, I've been around these watches way too long. I already recognize the little box in the center as the Fundu app. This is probably Fundu Pro, but we'll find out. Anyway, you're going to tether with this app, and that's the QR code you can scan. We just did all of the settings. Here is a anti-loss, so if you're tethered, you'll find your phone that way. And here's your language, and it's auto-synced to whatever phone language you're using. And if you turn that off, you can see what the other languages are. So now you can take a peek. Sometimes I think this is a waste of time, but then I get you guys asking me if a particular language is supported or not. So it's important to show this. Limited in this one. Wow, there's not even Chinese languages. So this is probably a specialized English European type. And you can display last name first and so forth. And that's all this third tab. I come back to the middle one. I'm just going around the circle. Here is a countdown timer, it looks like, a sedentary reminder. You can be reminded every 30 minutes or so. Here's your Bluetooth searching for connecting. This is your messages, if you have any, when you're tethered to your watch. There's your music player for Bluetooth music, which it doesn't have because we're not tethered. Here's a remote capture button that you can use to take pictures using your watch as a button. Here's the flip to mute incoming calls, flip to mute the alarm, wake up gesture, which we're going to turn on, and the shake switch main off and shake to answer the call and all those things. The wake up gesture is the one now that if the watch is off, you twist your wrist and it'll show you the time. Then you got this thing for the different themes. We're in a black theme. Now I turn that on, you see those bubbles that showed up down below? Nothing really impressive there, but you have those two different themes. And then here you can add a new actual alarm. So you have this type of an alarm system as well. And that was the second or middle button of all of these. I come back over here, and now I'm on the all of these. By the way, whichever one the dot is by, it's giving you the name of that, which is nice. Here is your calling pad that you would put in whatever number it is you want to call. And if you're Bluetooth tethered, it will start the call on your phone, and you'll be able to talk and hear with your watch. Okay, that's called tethering Bluetooth phone calling. And this watch supports that. Not only supports that, but it has the ability to read your text messages. You could download those here to the watch if you're connected. And you can do your, is your phone book, I imagine. What does that look like? Whoops, I'm on a different tab. There we go. Your dial pad, your messages. Maybe that's your email. I'm not sure. This is your phone contacts, and you can sync your contacts if you want to. And that's all related to phone calling. Then this is your sports. You have these different sport categories: walk, run, hike, biking, basketball, badminton. Look at all of these. Whoa, did I see what? I can't show that on TV. I think that word's not allowed. Swimming, settings. Here you can set the settings. You can do pace reminders on this watch. This is awesome. You can set a goal, and you can do daily reminders. Nice. And per mile reminders. So as you're doing your workouts, you have all these different kinds of settings that you can put in here, except for that 3-letter one. I didn't see a goal for that. I'm sure everybody has their own goal. And then there's the history, which is empty right now, of course, but it would show you the history of all of these all of these things. Ping pong, it'll show you your ping pong history. Let's take a look at one. Running, for example. If I say go, it's vibrating, 3, 2, 1, and then it begins. It's giving me the little diode, and it's not going to read thin air. Notice this one's just kind of in standby mode until I get close and connect, and then it'll probably come on. Okay, it's clocking the time, and you've got calories burned and miles. It's got speed, look at that, and SPM, and this is your running mode. And I guess when you're done with, oh, look, there's two of them, so I can go up and, wow, okay, there's my heart rate, and it's going to show you against this graph what your heart rate looks like. Awesome! That's a nice presentation. Boy, I want to get out there and get some blood flowing so I can get the numbers up. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's got already preset numbers, and they probably correlate to the range that's appropriate for my age, weight, height, and gender when that data is inputted into the thing. Okay, and it's giving me my heart rate. See it fast flashing. And then if I take my finger away, it should, in a moment, just go back to normal flashing just every now and then looking for my finger. All right, we'll just let it be for a second. And that's in the heart rate mode. Whoops. How did we get back there? Oh, well, okay, we're still in running. Wow, it's still doing the heart rate. Okay, that's interesting. Is that the back? There, okay. I can pause it, play it again, or stop it. And there's all of the data related to that particular run from the watch. Okay, and that's that category here. We got a couple of more. Here is probably your step information, your 10,000 step goal, calories burned and miles walked for the day, and then an actual heart rate measuring mode where you can get a really nice large display of your heart rate, easy to glance down and see. and nothing but the heart rate if you want to take your heart rate independently. Again, I'm doing it from the tip of my finger. And for those of you who don't know, the green light is being transmitted into my finger, reflected back from the blood moving through the capillaries in my finger or arm or nose or wherever I wrap this thing around. And from the changes of the blood moving through the capillaries, it calculates a heart rate, which is probably about right. I'm a little high. It's in the afternoon right now. And it logged that one in, and I could start and do another one if I wanted to. Took it a little while, probably because it had to normalize out the readings. And here's last night's sleep information. So it has a sleep monitoring system in it, and it'll tell you how much deep and light sleep that you've had. And that's that app. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. Those are all of the installed apps. We showed you the watch faces. Let's take a quick look at the app. The default app that's used for tethering with this watch is the Fundu Pro. That's the new upgrade to the original Fundu and Fundu Wear apps. And we've got plenty of reviews out on this, and in the show notes I'll have links to those reviews of the app done with different watches. And when you click on the link, it'll take you right to the very second where the review of this app starts. When you get into it, I'm just showing you the outline of the app without basically any data. You land into this front screen, and here you have these information panes. And as you can see, they cover all these topics: heart rate, sleep time, your step count, and the overall sports information. You can set up information about yourself. You have analysis on a weekly basis. You have extensive reporting data available and more, where you can do all these different aspects of turning on and off notifications, finding your device, doing Bluetooth calling from the band or watch if it supports that, which this one does, and of course changing your units and about information. Let's look at how you would add a device. When you click on here, it's going to give you the list of optional watches that you could connect with. But before you do that, you actually have to go to the device itself and come back here, go into your overall settings, which was on the third pane, if you remember, here, and go into Bluetooth settings and make sure that you turn power on. When power is on and it's visible, this could now appear. So when I hit the add device, I look for the L2, which is this watch, and it says connecting. And as it goes through here, it gets connected, and now we're set up to be able to tether information to this particular watch back here to the app. And you can see my step count is 525, which when I come back out of here and tap there is 525. Or you can see it right from the face right there. And notice the little hand is starting to move. Okay, that's a look at the app. So this is what it looks like on. Very attractive watch, not too thick. Nice metal band on this particular model. It's got the turn your wrist to see the time thing going. And the last thing we didn't talk about are the buttons. If you tap the top button, it switches you over and shows you your step count for the day, calories and distance traveled, and against your goal, and takes you back to time. So that's what that one does, is toggle those modes. And the bottom one, when you press that, it turns it off, brings it back on, press and hold, and it should shut the band off completely. Okay, once again, you can get this Microwear L2 from the official AliExpress Microwear store. The prototype you're looking at here, I'm sure it'll have a manual when it comes to you. And check and see if we've got any discount coupons for you. If these guys are offering that, we will pass them on to you. Check out the different color combinations, see what color you'd like yours in, and come on back, because you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks, and we appreciate your presence and your thumbs up on these videos and your subscription. All right, we'll see you soon.